to another video. Now this one, when I got a message about a Triumph Spitfire, I was a bit, but when the message came through and it's mid-engined, 400 horsepower, 650 kg, I had to come and have a look, and I'm not disappointed. So it's registered as a 1978 Triumph Spitfire, and it couldn't be far away from a Spitfire if you tried. So the gentleman who owns this has done all the work himself, all the fab work, all the mounting during lockdown, and it seems to be a bit of a common occurrence now that COVID has made people in the garages, because they've been locked away at home, do these crazy builds. The main thing with this car, and I can't say I love it as much as anything, is look at how close the engine is to your head. And when you see some of the in-car footage, I constantly go on about smell, noise, you know, everything, the heat. I thought the Corsa was an experience with it being probably, a foot, maybe 2 foot away from you. But this thing is inches away. And I wish you could feel and smell what I could do in the passenger seat of this car. The best bit, the noise, the open engine, that's the best bit for me. In my car, obviously I have the twin engine, yeah. I have no firewall, and everyone says to me, you put a firewall in, and I'm like, no, because you miss the noise, and that's the best bit.
Yours isn't road legal though, is it?
Yes, mine's road legal, yeah.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, road legal. You have to kind of MOT it with just the one engine.
Yeah, you take the engine out, do you?
No, just put it in neutral and leave it, and you're carrying it.
How did you get on with the DVLA with it?
DVLA don't care.
Yeah, everybody keeps saying I should have had an IVA for
No, IVA is if you change, so there's a certain percentage of chassis change.
Yeah.
If you do the massive chassis change, then yeah. Sounds nuts when it's going. Oh, it's amazing. The smell, the noise. This is what cars should be like.
Yeah.
And for me as a builder, this is the reason why you build these cars.
Yeah.
It's for the camaraderie of it. Smell, noise, sound, heat. It's not nice to drive, but it makes you smile and laugh and chuckle because that's what it's about.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, it's fantastic, this thing. I wish people could be sat in here now with this vehicle, because like with my Corsa, it's not about the speed, it's the smell, the noise, the heat, the being at one with the vehicle. And this thing, with the engine being so close to you, ticks all them boxes. Fast.
Is it fast?
100% is fast. Yeah. It's very well planted.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ah.
To see it's so light.
Yeah. With that much power.
Yeah. But the best thing for me with that is smell, the noise. Like I say, obviously with my car, my engine's say here, the turbo's here. With this being so close to your head, you ain't getting a better experience than that of being close to an engine at all in your life. You can't express what this thing is like unless you go in it. I keep on going back to it. Smell, noise, atmosphere, sound, everything. So let's see his face in this thing. So what a joy doing this channel's been. We're meeting petrol heads who all have the same passion. They all want to talk to you. They all want to show off the cars. And it's been such a nice thing to grow with the channel and meet more people. And we're doing a bit of a trip round to see all these different cars. And again, it's nice now my son can go out and have an experience, because I know he's going to love this, because he very rarely gets to go out in these things. It's always kind of me who's in front of the camera, but it'd be good to see his face and his reaction.
How incredible is that?
Well, like I say, it's more, you know what I mean by I say it's more than just the physical speed and drive. It's everything, the noise,
right there.
the noise, the sound.
Unreal, that.
So anyone who knows a Triumph Spitfire will know it has a very asthmatic engine in the front, around I think 55 horsepower, nothing major. This has obviously been all transplanted to the rear, which has been a really nice conversion, because it sits on a Passat subframe, which has been then mounted up underneath and fabricated to the Spitfire chassis, which works fantastic. Because what you're going to think of is, you've got all your suspension points already done by Audi, all the parts are kind of readily available off Audi, the engine already fits in the cradle, and as you can see there, anti-roll bar, the gearbox, lots of the work has been done and taken out of the geometry and the fabrication side. What we've got to do is mate it to the Spitfire chassis itself. Spec of the engine: BAM pistons, steel rods, big valve head, Chinese turbo. Again, makes around 370 to 400 horsepower, and trust me, in something that weighs 680 kg, as you will see, it certainly puts a smile on your face. The width of the car and the presence and the stance, you know, it's completely different to what a standard Triumph is. And as you can see here, you've got your line and then the additional Passat width. So what the owner's done is he got some Alpha 156 lights which curve around this edge to accent the wider arches, and blended them all into the rear, which again I think really suits this back end. Because again, I'm pretty certain if someone pulled up behind this, other than the small Spitfire sign, they wouldn't even know what this thing is. So we've lifted the bonnet to dive underneath. We've obviously got Davis Craig electric water pump, which are fantastic, to be fair. With it being rear engine, airflow can be a problem, and you need to kind of get some kind of additional flow and some additional speed of water flow to the rear. I have one of them on my personal car. They work fantastic. A Fiesta radiator, from memory what he told me. So again, it's been a mix and match of various parts from various cars to make this work. Fuel tank doesn't hold a lot, you know, a few good launches with the size, I think it's on 660cc injectors. With a fair few launches, that thing's going to go down pretty damn fast. But it's a credit to the builder on the principle of he's found what would work for him and made it fit. Suspension wise, bottom Spitfire, top Lotus. Again, Spitfire 1500, well, I don't think these things are made to go as fast as this thing is at all. I'm super impressed with this little build, just for the fact of for the budget that's been spent. Love that to the maximum. It should show people should just get out and start building their own cars. You don't need an unlimited budget. If you just shop around, search for parts, make stuff fit, you can literally chase any dream you want. This thing is 400 horsepower, and I keep saying it, 680 kg. And it is fast. Interior, these seats, 99p off eBay, of a Mazda. The clocks are actually Audi, which I didn't realise. The wood dash is actually out of his back garden where a tree fell and he made into the dash. So again, this can show you don't need to spend thousands and thousands and thousands on builds to have fun and go fast. This is very much, I don't want to say it's on a budget, but there's no unlimited budget. The parts, he's not gone for, you know, £600-700 seats, 99 pence seats. If you listen, you can hear the engine cooling down, and that again reinforces all the little noises that you'd never hear if this was sealed off and again at the firewall. Crazy build this for me, and I've seen a lot of builds, but I'm so in love, and I keep going back to it, with how close it is to the seats and how much you can experience that engine on song. So again, all the body's been modified, been wide arched all around. Obviously, because what you've got to think of is when this was built, you've got the original Passat subframe under the rear, which has obviously widened the car quite significantly. So obviously the front needed widening as well to match. So the owner has made all these metal panels. Again, if you want to go on to officially gassed, they've done a video on this, which might go, well, we'll probably go into the driving a lot more and more the experience. Obviously, I'm more the engineering side and the building side, and I can tell you, for a lockdown build, and talking to the owner, the cost has been very minimal. I think he said the engine was 75 quid. He bought the chassis for something like a couple of £100. And there's one thing that I do like what he's done is everyone can make the cars look perfect and crisp and clean, but as a memory of how bad this shell is, he's kept a nice rust spot to remind him of how bad this thing was. So I'm going to sign this one off. This for me is the other end of the scale of what some of the builds we've seen. Some of the builds I've seen are money no object. You know, take, I don't know, let's say Ben's drag Corsa. That has been money no object build, the best of the best, thousands and thousands and thousands. Where this has been a one man's passion to build something crazy in his garage all by himself on a budget. And I love this just as much as I do the high-end builds, because it shows you don't need the money to build the fun cars. And this one, it certainly made me smile. And everything from the 99p seats to the what he's just told me is the leather dash was leather from his old sofa. So it's just amazing that you can build something which is super fast, super cool, and certainly puts a smile on your face for not a lot of money. It's been a pleasure to look round. I'm going to sign this one off, and I'll see you on the next video.